Hey guys, welcome back to Something Social Podcast. We're your hosts, the James Curls.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Nay.
And we hope you're ready to join our conversations about dating, relationships, love, and just general adulting.
For more content, event updates, or to contact us, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the James Curls.
And our podcast Instagram at Something Social JC.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Welcome back. Welcome. Let me stop.
What? Hi, guys.
Back with another one like you never left.
Here's an update. I don't know if you noticed. We have hair today. It's a little dusty, but we got hair. We also got a blue couch, our infamous blue couch that we do all of our podcasts from, or all of our Money Mondays, just about. Or no, our podcasts were on these.
Yeah, the Money Mondays were on the other seat.
You're right.
We changed the background. It's the same one we used last time, but not the gold one. And I'm still not really feeling it because I still feel like I'm bald head. But
well, I see hair. I think it's fine for now. We'll keep playing with it. Nobody's thrilled. We're gonna keep going until we're thrilled. Okay. We'll also make sure that I'm recording. Yes, I am. Okay.
All right. So we are going to talk to you about some laws of dating.
So I remember when we were thinking of these, I was like, there's just some things that are like against the law when it comes to dating, the dating law. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was trying to do some research on it to get some more, but the ones that we are talking about today is like the ones that like came up the top of our head. But I was like, how do I Google that? Yeah. How do I Google that? I was trying to Google bro code. I was trying to Google girl code, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same. But these are like the unspoken, unwritten laws of dating that we need to talk about these because some of these are like, get your life.
I'm for sure I broke some of these.
Oh yeah, for sure. So one of them is friends whose relationship you don't support and vice versa. Go.
I was gonna say, what's the law behind that?
What is the law? I mean, I guess it's relative to each person, but it's like, what is the etiquette for that?
Well,
maybe that's what I
mind your business. Drink water, mind your business.
I mean,
no, I think honestly, if your friend has a problem with the person that you're dating, it's either they're jealous, you told them something about your situation or they know something about your situation that they don't like or agree with, or they think that you are better than that. Or that's all I can really think of.
Yeah, it's usually
it's like
I hate him. Yeah, like why? You know too much. You know too much about the relationship.
Yeah.
So then, while you're consoling this person, the other person, you're like,
yeah,
F off. And when they go back to them, because they will, it creates some tension. And it's like, all right. I mean, I know I've definitely been there before where I'm like, I hate your man, but I ain't your man. So go off, sis. And then when the relationship inevitably fails, then it's like, oh, okay, well, I told you so. No, okay. I don't do that because I don't like that done to me.
But essentially, you're the one in that relationship. So if it's not right for you, when you're fed up, you leave.
You'll know.
If it is right for you, sometimes you just live your life and your friend's just not going to support it. And that's her business or his business. And
if you like it, I love it. That's my motto. Now, on the flip side, friends who don't support your relationship, that's such an awkward position to be in because it's really like, I can't even like hang out with all of y'all at the same time. Like if we were like, I know usually when that's the case, there's a reason behind it, but if
it's
you were
probably
to get married,
a story that you told. It's probably something like, let me tell you what he did. And then you tell the story and they're like, I don't like him. Yeah. And then that's it.
Most times. There's sometimes
or
where
they
I've
just
been
know
like,
things.
I've looked at somebody before and been like, no. I do that with regular people.
I will say that most people that I date are like, your sister don't like me.
Same.
Me? They say I don't like them?
Actually, no.
I'm the nice one.
Not as.
But no, they
Not
all be
as
like,
much.
that's me, like.
No, that's called a guilty conscience. I don't think. When have I ever, like, really and truly?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen me be like?
No, I know you would. No. But for some reason, it probably is a guilty conscience. Maybe they just like, I'm just trash for you. So
I think
she knows it.
Yeah, she can see it. I've had people ask me, does your sister like me? Like, what does she think about me, kind of thing? Because I can't tell.
She don't think about you.
She don't think about you. But she do. Because she be like,
No, I don't. That situation's more so than the person.
You be like, nuh-uh, because I don't even know why you upset, because you know he don't want you. So, like, it don't even matter. None of this matters. I'm like, ow.
I know, but I've been trying to be realistic. That has nothing to do with them, though. That doesn't say I don't. That's a situation. That's not them.
That's fair. I don't like the people that these guys are. I just don't like them as people that exist in space.
I don't like them as people either.
Good. Too bad none of us have to. But yeah, it's really awkward because then it's like, I can't ever bring this person around because I feel like.
And that's horrible because my family is everything. So if you can't be around, then you can't be around.
And to say also that we're pretty decent judges of character. So like, in our friend group, we're the people that apparently we're like mean or something. I don't know. But we're the people that vet people through the friend group. People be trying to include people in the friend group, and we be like, whoa. They got to run through us first before they go through the friend group. And
I'm just not that friendly with everybody or anybody.
I'm friendly with pretty much everybody, but I was told today I was a people person.
You are.
I'm friendly with people, but I can tell if they're going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. Like, straight away. I'd be like, something ain't right. I don't like it. Well, what about it? Is she going to be there? Who all going to be there? No.
The essential question for
who all going to be there?
Any event.
The essential question for 2022. Who all going to be in there?
How many people going to be there? So yeah, friends that don't support your relationship or friends that you don't support your relationship, I would still say mind your business though. Like if they ask for your advice, give it. If they don't. If you can't be around them with that person, then don't.
That makes for such an awkward situation.
It does, but you have to let that person live their own life.
Yeah.
And essentially, it's really none of your business. But of course, you always want what's best for the person that you care about, like a friend or whatever.
Yeah, there's good intentions typically behind it.
Right. But it can definitely ruin like friendships and relationships. So I would say
don't keep your business to yourself.
I would say don't get involved. But we all get involved.
We all get involved. I'm getting involved. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm getting involved. F these guys that break your heart or make you sad.
All right. So we talked about this several times, like having friends of the opposite sex while you're in a relationship. I will say that I have a close male friend. And when I'm dating, I definitely don't talk to him as much as I do when I'm not dating someone.
Yeah, I think that's respectful.
And that's it's just a mutual, like we don't have a conversation like, hey, don't call me anymore. It's just like, because he's my friend, he'll know if I'm dating someone, and it's like, well, I'm not going to be calling you every day or every other day or twice a week or after 10.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
I personally am one of those people that believe that men and women cannot be friends. And I know Shannon's going to kill me on talking about any of this, because she's like, I have friends. It's like, it's different. Yeah. When it's not like a heterosexual situation. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how it differs, but I know that it is different.
Right.
or I don't, maybe it's not different. I don't know. But a man and a woman a woman who's not attracted to men can be friends with men platonically. A woman who is not attracted to this particular man can be friends platonically. But oftentimes, when there's a man and a woman involved, somebody has feelings or catches them at some point. I really just firmly believe that every time that's going to happen. And just about every time. Unless like everybody involved is just like an ogre. Even still, Shrek was charming.
So that of course comes with pretty privilege, right? Like if you look a certain way, or if you're attractive to like the general public.
Do a whole episode on pretty privilege. I've been saying this for a while, and you're like,
no, I think we should, but I just don't. Well, anyway,
you have to tread lightly on that.
The whole subject. Right. It depends on how you look, I would say, because like some people, and not to knock anybody, but there's certain people, like even some of my friends that I can think of that have male friends that I know genuinely are probably not interested in them because they're not physically the person that they're interested in.
Yeah.
So they're friends.
Right.
However, I don't know if the woman doesn't like the man.
Exactly, because that's still a possibility.
Yes, that is a possibility. But
I dated a guy.
I think it's hard.
I had this conversation with a guy that I dated. He has a friend that's like a girl, and they've been friends forever and a day. And I'm just like, if we ever got into a relationship, like, you don't have to dead that. She very blatantly likes him. And he's like, but she has a man. I'm like, but she likes you. Yeah. She's out. That's it. I'm not questioning that. She's out.
So that's a good question. Point? Like, so if they are friends and they don't, because essentially with that relationship with the opposite sex, if you're into the opposite sex, you have to have some sort of boundary.
And the fact that you have to create a boundary lets you know that
there's a boundary with everybody.
That type of boundary. If you have to create that type of boundary with that person, that means that somebody is interested in somebody. And it's like, I'm not going to go up to a friend that I'm strictly platonic with and be like, this is what we're not going to do. He's going to be like, nobody's even said that.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, it's like an unwritten boundary. It's like, we didn't speak about this, but we just know that we don't cross that line.
Yeah, like, I feel like it shouldn't even, like, I wouldn't think with my female friends, I'm not attracted to women. I wouldn't think to, like, create a boundary with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's different boundaries for different
things,
spoken or
unspoken.
This is going under the assumption that that person likes you, right? Because
chances are somebody gonna like somebody, and it ain't gonna be me.
Right. I'm like, I don't really like my male friends like that. So, like, if they are into you more than just friends, that boundary has to be created, unless you just don't want to be friends with them.
Now, I will say I do have,
which I don't think is right. You just have to create a boundary. Like, this is never going to happen, right?
I do have a friend. We both have a friend who is strictly platonic. And I've never thought about, like, an actual, like, boundary being created. But I don't think that neither of us are interested on any side. I don't think there's any side of interest.
Just that one. That's one
human.
Outlier.
One human. I just genuinely I didn't think of boundaries. I don't think of like I'm not uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, he probably knows way too much about my life at this point.
He probably would sleep with you, to be honest.
And you. And anybody, because men are girls. No, I'm kidding.
Because men are hunters.
Men are hunters. And if you throw that thing, he gonna catch it. That's what it is. Okay. But anyways.
Again,
I digress.
So, I mean, yeah, I can agree with that there is usually somebody that's interested in the other, but I don't think that it always is that way. I think, or maybe they'll say, I still find you attractive, but I don't look at you like that anymore. Like, I don't look at you as a possibility because I know we're just friends. So we can be friends.
Yeah, never inappropriate, never like.
Right.
I never expressed any sort of romantic, sexual, nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, only one person. Every other male friend of mine has expressed some form of interest, whether it's physical or
you dated them, and now y'all are just friends.
Actually, don't think I'm still friends with any of my exes anymore. I finally graduated.
Well, I haven't talked to anyone anymore.
Either way, do what you want when you're single, but when you're not single, whatever makes your partner feel most comfortable, I think that is where the direction you need to head, because people can be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. But when you're in a relationship and that your partner feels disrespected, that's where you need to really reevaluate how you move in.
And it also depends on what you're talking with that friend about. Like, are we talking about my relationship problems with each other? Like, I mean, that could be a problem for your partner. Don't talk to them about things that you should be talking to your partner about.
Yeah, basically.
New friends of the opposite sex, no. And that's all.
No new friends. Yeah, that's all. That's it.
Because, I mean, if you meet a new coworker, okay, but that's what they are, a coworker.
They're a coworker, but that's usually like work wife or whatever the case is. So like, or not necessarily. I have a friend that...
I have a work wife.
Yeah, I have a work wife too.
Actually, I don't now.
I don't either. My work wife is from my last job.
Me too.
Yeah.
I still claim her.
Yeah, me too. What's up, Steph?
But definitely, I never had a work husband. They probably all wanted to be my work husband.
Yeah.
And my real husband. But
your real husband.
No.
Just life partner. They want to be your life partner.
People thought I did, but I definitely did not.
Well, either way, I have a friend that from my last job, buddy of mine, we went in the same career direction lately. And so I genuinely wanted to have a business meeting almost. And I was like, hey, I need to pick your brain because I got this new position and blah, blah, blah. I know your management, blah, blah, blah. And so when we did meet up, I was like, well, I thought you were going to bring your wife because he's married. I was like, I thought you were going to bring your wife. And he was like, no. What? Nice. He was like, nah, I invited her. She didn't want to come because she was like, we're talking about work stuff. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I'm not even in that field. I have nothing to contribute to that. Like,
well, that's good because I would have been like, I'll sit there and drink my tea.
You ain't lying. You ain't even lying to me. No, but I mean, that one was platonic. That one was fine. But at the same time, and I was like trying to include the wife as well. It's like, let's all go. But I need to pick your brain. That don't mean
nothing nowadays, though. So that don't mean nothing.
Why? Because couples be looking?
That too. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter if you try to include the wife. Like, people be shady.
True.
It don't matter if you bring your wife. I'll talk to you after she leaves. Like, who cares?
If you listening to this, wife, I don't want him. Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about that particular incident. I'm just talking about people in general don't care about, like, marriage is like, it seems to be a joke for some people.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's based on the husband that be raggedy. Don't be raggedy. Don't nobody want nobody husband.
So how would you approach that? It's like, should I have done a phone call?
I probably would have done a phone call.
Okay, that's fair.
Or, I mean, I probably would have done a phone call. I probably would have done a phone call.
That's fair.
But I mean, it was harmless, so it doesn't matter. But it's still like,
I literally was sitting at freaking tap 42 with a notebook.
As long as his wife wasn't uncomfortable with it, then
that is true.
Or he was uncomfortable with it. I mean, y'all knew what y'all went there for. It wasn't like y'all were trying to sneak around.
No, yeah,
it's fine. But I would have done phone.
Yeah, no. After the fact, I was
also
like,
because I don't like talking to people, meeting up with people for anything.
Well, that's my dog though. That was like my dog at work. That was my dog. So I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, let's go grab some drinks. I need some ideas. I need to
And he probably was
references. No, he's a nice boy.
I don't mean nothing.
White men don't cheat. Just kidding. Just
kidding. Yeah, so no new friends of the opposite sex. No. But yeah, I guess it's a possibility. For me, it's a possibility. I think that it may start out with somebody liking somebody, but it doesn't always have to end that way. And like if it's continuing, then it's like you gotta go because you crossing the boundary that
I
we
will
didn't
tell
talk
you
about.
this story. I had somebody recently who wanted to be my friend. And as we were talking, I was like, what is your motive? What is your motive? I don't have a motive. I'm just trying. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just trying to like see what it is I like about you. I don't know. There was something about you, and it wasn't like your physical. Like I'm trying to see what it was about you that stood out. And I'm like, why? No, I'm just trying to see. Oh, okay. So I did one of these. And then he said, okay, well, I mean, you know, I'm perfectly fine with being friends. You made it very clear you're not interested, because I've made it very, very clear that I was not interested. I was like, no, like, because he tried to cash at me some money for lunch one day. I was like, I'm not accepting money because you, my friend, are not getting any ideas and no inclinations that this is going in any direction that is going to be beneficial for you. So it's not. And he was just like, oh yeah, you know, whatever. Eventually he, I'm not gonna go into detail, but this conversation, he was just like, oh, well, you know, I really was just trying to see what it was about you, but I'm cool with being friends. I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, you never know. You might just find you love it here. I don't know. And I'm like, there it is. That's what I was waiting for you to say. That. Get the frick out of here. Like, what is you trying to be my friend so that you can like
be next in line? Yeah,
it's like if I win her over with my charm, it's like, nope, still no.
I know. Yeah.
Now even more.
If you're not interested, definitely those people gotta go. Especially if you're dating someone, or
it's like I'll never truly be your friend, knowing that you feel like that.
Right. Now we're not gonna talk about anything. What are we gonna talk about?
Nothing. I gave nothing to work with.
You're gonna know nothing about me. Because you're gonna like everything about me.
You're gonna like everything. And eventually that was something that he was like, man, I don't know, man. I just really like you. I don't know what to really do about it. I was like, I don't know, but you got to figure it out. You got to figure that out for yourself. And he did.
Well, how do you feel about taking advice from people? Like if you're in a relationship, how do you feel about taking advice from people that are not in a relationship?
I feel fine about it. I'm going to, at the end of the day, do what I need to do for my situation, whether it's what they said or not. But also I'm single and I feel like I give freaking decent, sound, intelligent, like rational advice. I'm not like I really hate that stigma with single people. It's like, but she ain't got no man. So what does she know? It's like, I've had a man before.
Right.
I've had a man. So either way, it doesn't take rocket science to know if you pregnant and he cheating on you that you need to leave. Why I got to have a PhD to know that? So but, I don't mind it. It depends on the source. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be, you know.
So like being single and taking advice from people that have not dated in 20 years.
Now that I'm a little skeptical of.
What?
Not even, no, I take that back. Anything that makes sense, I'll entertain. I will say this, I was in a relationship one time back in my church days, and we were seeking like unofficial counsel from the pastors. And the pastors, I don't remember exactly the exact scenario, but the pastors had mentioned, the one that I was talking to had mentioned something along the lines of, oh God, I don't remember what she mentioned, but I remember thinking in that little unofficial meeting, like, you've been married for like 15 years.
Yeah.
You know nothing about what it's like dating at this age, dating in this time in 2000 whatever year, 14. You know, you have no idea what it's like.
We have a few people like that come to our events that are like, have been with their high school sweetheart or just been out of the dating game for a long time. And they definitely, I mean, I think sometimes they do give it good advice because essentially they are still dating their spouse sometimes. And it's not, you know, they have to still keep it
all
going
advice
into a
isn't
relationship.
bad.
Right. So I would say, like you said, if it makes sense, sure. If it's solicited advice,
Yeah.
sure. But like at our events, when we have couples there, I actually like hearing from them because they have a different perspective on things. And some of them will admit, like, I feel sorry for y'all because wow. But
Yeah. They're like, I got struggles, but yours are worse.
yeah. Yeah, like I don't want to be single again. But yeah, I think I could take advice from people that are in different stages. And I guess, like, I don't know, married people might not want to take advice from single people, but I do have married friends that ask me about stuff. Like, am I tripping because blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm not married, but like, yeah, you're tripping. Or no, you ain't tripping.
I have to respect, if I'm going to ask for advice, I have to respect you. So if I don't ask for advice,
Right.
I don't respect the way you conduct yourself.
So I actually care about how you think.
Actually, don't take it personally if I don't ask you for advice, because I don't typically ask anybody for advice because I don't do a whole lot. But
Sure.
if I need advice, I will likely ask people that I respect. Like, and 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty confident with what's going on, what I'm doing, and how I'm handling it. Because I'm like, am I tripping? I don't know, but I'm not okay.
I mean,
so
if you think about it, there are like therapists, like marriage and family therapists that are not married.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, granted, they went to school for that, but
they can't talk out.
They don't have the experience. Yeah, so I would say with taking advice, I mean,
and that's just general across the board. Like, I know, like a friend of mine, I used to watch babies all the time since I was in like 7th grade up until I was like 22, and I know a lot about babies. And something would happen with her baby, and this was her first baby, but she wouldn't listen to what I was saying.
Put some socks on that baby.
Put some socks on the baby. She wouldn't listen to anything I was saying, but I think it was because I didn't have a baby. And then she would go and like take him to the doctor or take him to daycare or do whatever, and then come back and tell me the same thing I just told her. And I'm like, I told you that's why he got sick. I told you he was going to be, teething at this age. And I'm like, just because I don't have a baby, you think that I don't know nothing about it? You think I'm just talking just because I like to hear myself talk? Like, I don't get it. I don't know, but I stopped giving advice after that. I was like, oh, well, yeah, figure it out.
Hanging out with people. How do you feel about people that hang out with, like, married people hanging out with married people, or married people hanging out with single people?
If the single people are not opposite sex, so like if my husband wants to hang out with his
homeboy,
his friend girl, then maybe we should all go. I don't have a problem with like the whole singleness and stuff. Like if he's going out with his homeboys and his homeboys are single, I already know his homeboys at this point. Mm-hmm. I know what they about. Yeah. So if they're in that bull crap and you tell me you about to go out with them and they just want to go see cheeks clap, and I'm like,
let the man see some cheeks.
You want to see some cheeks? Come on. I got plenty.
He don't want to see your cheeks all the time.
Well, he ain't gonna see them. No, just kidding. Well, I really don't want a man that likes going to strip club. It's disgusting to me. It's like, I just can't even fathom the panties that are just wrapped around.
I mean, but they might not be like right in their face. They could be like just in the vicinity.
In the vicinity, yeah, that's true.
They don't always have to go get a lap dance. They could just go and just.
Yeah, like I think of like strippers like cat right here, or like all on your pants dancing on you like somebody else's bare. I mean, no shade to people who do this. Do you, boo? I don't want that. I don't want your stuff on my man. I don't want it. So that's why when I think of strip clubs, I think of that. I guess because the only time I went to one, somebody bought me a lap dance and thought that was funny. And it wasn't funny. I also don't want cat on my pants. I have a cat in my pants. That's the only cat that needs to touch the pants. And that's it. Nips in my face. I just couldn't. Anyway.
You had a good time. That was just one that I just threw in there because we were talking about single, married, divorce, whatever. All right, so degrees of separation when you're dating. All right, so we live in the same city that we grew up in. So
yay. Yeah, how close is too close, guys?
Yeah, I dated somebody that was way too close in degrees.
You found out after the fact, though. It wasn't like somebody you pursued.
Still gross.
And you met him online,
which is another reason I don't do a lot of dating. Also, stop keeping your boobs secrets, because We need to know who y'all dating out
Yeah, just be open. It's no judgment. I just don't want to double dip.
I don't want to double dip. I need to know. Okay.
I don't think that I've dated anybody that was super crazy close. No, we didn't date. Me and this guy. I don't know. They're non-factors. None of it was even a factor.
If we ever dated, no, we didn't.
If we ever dated, no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Yeah, but I think too close I think it's hard to date now in like the same city that you grew up in, because honestly, like we have a friend group. I have a friend group from high school, and I think like several of us have like not dated like to the extent of like dating, and like we all have,
I mean, y'all do-si-do,
but
you've do-si-do,
same people, because it's just the same people. What are you gonna do? There's
and everybody's like single and beautiful, so it was like
single, beautiful, and black, and that's it. That's in our city. So
yeah,
there was a little do-si-doing, but that's okay. We're all platonic friends now.
Yeah, all of them. It's quite interesting. It is quite interesting.
That was adult do-si-doing though. We weren't like in high school or anything.
I think that's worse.
It could be because it was more recent, but we're adults, so it was like
nobody cares. Yeah, like, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
So they're like, so anyway, y'all coming over for Taco Tuesday or nah? And everybody's like, yeah, of course.
Of course, we'll be there. Where's the pinata?
Where's the pinata full of condoms?
We need that again this year. But anyway, yeah. So I think it's hard to do that. The older you get, the more people are like becoming available again, or still available.
Yeah, they circling back.
Whether it be still available or becoming available again.
I'm a circle back.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. But I do think that you should, if you know of it, try not to date somebody that's been
ran through
somewhere else. But we also have friends, like I have a friend that'll be like, oh, I tried to date this person and it didn't work. So, but I think it'll be great for you. And I'd be like, no, thank you.
And it'd be like, why it didn't work? What happened?
Yeah, and why is he trash for you and not for me?
One man's trash, no one's trash for.
That has happened to me before. Somebody said that, and I was like, I don't know. How far did the dating go? Did y'all go for coffee, or were y'all on Netflix and chilling?
Did this go down? I don't know.
Yeah, too close is I would say like family is too close. I would say that's about it.
I mean, if you like it, I love it. I mean, everything ain't for everybody, and some stuff works for other people. So, I mean, it's just a matter of what works for you, what works. If you really like them, who cares who they smashed? Preferably people that you don't talk to anymore. So it's like, oh, you dated somebody that I used to be cool with? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to still be cool with that person, and you know what their privates look like.
Right, that's the thing. And also depends on
forever in the same room. It's like you guys know what each other's privates look like.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. So the extent of how you dated that person, because I mean, it could have been a smash and pass. It could have been
we went out, didn't click.
Like if you went on a date with that person, that's a little bit more acceptable for me than if y'all went further. If y'all was having sex and everything, like if y'all was going that far, then I don't really want that.
Yeah.
But like you said, I don't want people to know.
And then in their mind, they're probably comparing. Like, no, I can't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's this too much. It's too much. Anyways. Family and friends that still keep in contact. I will tell you that this is a problem.
In our family.
In my family and in my whatever I'm involved in currently. There is a person who dated somebody that I'm dating, and they were very, very close, very, very close. They were very, very like, this is it. We're gonna get married kind of thing. They broke up, and he is still in communication close communication with her parents. I mean, he goes out with dad actively. He, buys them birthday presents. They buy him birthday presents. Like,
do you think that they're still like
weird.
courting him for their daughter?
I think there's an extent of it that I think that's a good portion of it. Honestly, I think they're like still trying to recruit.
Right. So it sounds like I think that's a boundary that needs to be set. Like, why do you need to be friends with these people?
Exactly. No, we're just really cool. I don't talk to the daughter. I'm like, that's weird. Like, stop being weird.
She don't live with him?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe you don't.
He doesn't. He said he doesn't. I don't know. It's weird.
That is weird because she knows like all of his life moves.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and she's friends with his sisters. So they still work together. Like it's really messy. It's really messy.
So our family has an issue with holding on to people and not letting them go in relationships. We have lots of cousins whose exes are still around. So business partners and all.
Yeah. They are godchildren of other cousins.
Mm-hmm.
It's like okay, if I date somebody and break up with this person, that person is this cousin's kid's godfather. Yeah. Like, we're never getting rid of you.
Yeah.
Even after I get remarried.
And then they're just accepted back in like a friend now. They're friends now.
Now everybody's friends. Now we all love each other.
I think it could be. I mean, I feel like it was a comfortable situation. I don't feel like anybody feels any type of way about it.
No, but there was like a period of time where it was like, all right, we need to stop dancing around the elephant in the room. It's like, we're getting married. Let's sit down and make sure me and you are cool, because you're cool with all of my really close family now.
And then here's my ex-husband.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how it goes. We just are so lovable in our family.
And they don't want to leave us also. It's not just us loving them.
Yeah, no,
the ones that we want to leave or leave are gone.
She's not wrong when she's right.
All right, so what's the rule on etiquette and who pays for the date?
I say the first few dates should be the man paying, because I am very traditional in that sense. But everything.
What if you asked him on a date?
If I asked him on a date, then I'll pay.
Say, hey, let's go to whatever.
I'll offer to pay. Mm-hmm. Anything that I ask, like whoever asked that person, I still think the first few dates are like, should be that way. Mm-hmm. But anything after that is like, hey, I wanted to go, skating. Do you want to come? I'll buy your skate. Like I do that all the time. It's like, let's go for drinks. And then I'll, offer to pay. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes they don't let me, which is fine. Right. But I have no problem paying for dates that I initiate. Mm-hmm. Or even the ones that he initiates sometimes. Like, I don't mind if we're cool and we want to see each other frequently, that is costly at some point. So I don't mind.
I would say I prefer them paying if we're not like in a relationship. If we're in a relationship, it's whatever. Like, I don't really care. But if you're like courting me, I just feel like you should pay. It doesn't always happen that way. Because it depends on the situation. Like, if I ask you, like she said, let's go for drinks or something, I'll probably end up paying. But
I'll pay when I'm ready to go.
If they do.
I'll be like, I'm done here.
I'm on my last drink.
Yeah, it's like I went to the bathroom 4 times, gave you opportunity to ask for the check and buy for it. And obviously you're not doing it. So only way to get out of here is here's my card. Let's go.
Never see them again. No, I would prefer it, but like I said, it doesn't always happen that way. I've definitely paid for some dates.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Not the first date though. I don't think I paid for the first date, but I've paid for dates for sure.
Well, going out etiquette, dating etiquette. Don't get drunk. Unless both of y'all drunk.
No, I don't think that's not a first date. A first date?
Oh no, not a first date.
Just any date.
But just like somebody that you're just like super casually dating, like don't get messy.
Don't be an embarrassment. That's
yeah.
the thing. You don't want to embarrass them, and you don't want
or you have to apologize
or
the next
embarrass
day.
yourself.
You done said some stuff. Maybe you sharted or something. Like,
oh my God. Had some rum.
That hasn't happened to me on a date, but I for sure have been fed some rum unbeknownst to me and had to figure out my life. I did. And I'm not going to lie about
That's
it.
horrible for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drink too much. You don't want to be sloppy and all over the place during your dates.
Yeah, you also don't want to go to each other's homes too quickly. Or maybe you do, but
we kind of talked about that a little bit in our last podcast where we talked about dating ideas. And it doesn't seem like a first date thing, but you know, people be still together for years and years to come from a one night stand that just was multiple nights. Supposed to be one night, and it was multiple nights. But yeah, I mean, to each his own, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that like don't be a hoe, because like be a hoe if you want to be a hoe, but like
hotel,
yeah, hotels. But like I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I feel like you put yourself in a very vulnerable position when you go to somebody's house, and I think that that's something that you
and ladies bringing somebody to your house.
Do not.
You live alone.
Bring somebody to your house.
My friend just moved to her own place, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I met this guy online. He came over and helped me move." And I was like, "What?
No.
You just met him?
You just be in your bushes,
right?" I would be afraid to do that, but
no,
you know,
I would too, because you never know who you're dealing with. Even if
you just met them.
Yeah, even if it's not online, even if you met them organically, like you just don't need to know where I live until I'm sure that I'm comfortable with you, that you're not going to barge in and rape me or try
or kill me. They're not even rape me
or kill. Yeah. It's like, what? You won't let me rape you? Boom.
It's scary. Dating is really scary.
Terrifying.
Another law of dating should be get your concealed weapons license. Talk about that because we don't have it yet. But what about posting certain things on social media? Do you think there's a limit to what you should post? What is this if you're single or in a relationship? Let's see. If you're single, do you think there's a limit to what you should post on social media?
No. You post whatever the F you feel like.
All right. What about if you're in a relationship?
You post whatever the F you like, but if you respect your partner and they're uncomfortable with something that you have posted or you plan to post, I think you should consider that, because social media is not worth jeopardizing a functional relationship for. Like, I don't know, like, why are you fighting so hard to post this?
Right.
Who cares? It's social media.
Yeah. I would say wait a little bit before you post your boo on social media. Because really, like, people that post their boo on social media, let's be honest, it's for validation. Like, you're just like, look at this guy, he's got a boo.
The foot heard round the world. Do you remember the foot heard round the world?
Yes.
The one person that I posted like 2 people in my whole life. 3. The one, my high school sweetheart guy, I posted him, but we were not in a relationship when I posted him. That was just like oh, hey, friend, we were cool at that point. I posted dude from vacation, Bahamas vacation, Sleepy Joe. Night. I posted him. I posted his foot and it broke the internet, apparently. Then I posted him. And
I don't remember posting him.
I posted him. We were on the beach from the vacation. And he was kissing me on my cheek. And I posted him, and we broke up immediately after that.
Post and delete.
And I mean, later. I mean, immediately. So hard no. And the third person that I posted was my ex from like 2014, 2013.
I just think social media can definitely, people can get in your business. And I don't like people in my business. So I don't post anybody on social media, like ever.
I don't mind people in my business as long as it doesn't like affect my life. Because
I mean, but people in your business essentially might, because they are nosy and they like to just be involved in stuff. And they like to, and honestly, I think sometimes people don't want to see you happy. So it's almost like, oh, she's dating him. Like, I know something about him. Like, let me tell so and so who she's dating. Like, I can't tell you how many times. I mean, I've been petty. I've heard, I've gotten the forwards and the photos, the snapshots, and all of that. Like, oh, look who's dating. And it's like, okay.
I mean, as long as you're not messaging me or him, I don't really care what y'all talking about. But sometimes they do. Thankfully, I haven't experienced that directly.
Does he have Instagram?
Who, the one I'm talking about? Yeah, I think so.
No, the one you're talking to.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a plus. If you don't have social media, that's a plus for me.
It's Facebook.
Oh, that's different. Old people. But yeah, those are just a couple of like laws that we thought of with dating, because I mean there's so many. Like everybody's situation, I'm sure you can think of something like, well, what about blah blah blah? What if blah blah blah?
Yeah.
I don't have a situation right now, so I can't. I don't have. What about dating somebody younger than you?
What about it? That's the move at this point, apparently.
I think young men.
Everybody I know is dealing with somebody younger than them. Every woman that I know is dealing with a younger man. And not on purpose. It's not like people are seeking these people out. It's not just like I am seeking a man who is 30 years old. Like, no.
I think
nobody's
probably
doing that.
Some of it is because also like women in their mid to late 30s that don't have children and never been married, like that is like one thing they haven't, hopefully not the only thing, but one thing that they have in common with like maybe a younger guy that doesn't have that. And when I say a younger guy, I don't mean a younger guy that has 10 baby mamas. Obviously, I mean a younger guy that, maybe spent a lot of time focused on school or their education or their career and are just now getting into like serious relationships.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to be like their first relationship if you're older. If you're older than they are, it's like, this is my first real relationship. And it's like, mine too.
Doesn't even matter how old I am.
If we ever dated, no, we didn't.
No, I didn't. Just forget it.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, you got a tip for the people?
Just the tip. There are no real rules. There's no rules to any of this.
Tip.
Like, I mean, do you, boo? These are just some things that we were snowballing off the top of our head. Cause I'm like, well, what are the rules on X, Y, and Z? In actuality, and nobody dating, gives a F. Do you?
Everything changes like all the time. The way that people date, I never thought that, first of all, I never thought that I would be this age and single. But thinking back to like how people are dating now, like through social media, like I would have never thought that, even though, age, sex, location back in the day.
And let me tell you this, I was thinking about this the other day. I was meeting people off of MySpace.
Yeah, me too. Black
Planet. We were meeting people long before it was like a thing to do online dating.
Yeah.
And then the first thing that emerged that was online dating was Plenty of Fish.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really looked at it like, ooh, online dating. It was just like I met him on Plenty of Fish. Like super casual, like.
Okay. I don't remember people doing that.
I did. I met 2 or 3. I've been meeting people offline since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Since like online was a thing.
And now really that is probably the main place, because especially for our generation, because we are out of school, most of us. I'm not going back to school.
Never. And if I am, it's full of 30-year-olds,
unless it's for the free, because I'm not going back into debt for that. But I think like, being out of school, out of like, where you're not meeting people, where do we interact with people besides work? And I work with a bunch of women because I'm at a school. So it's like, that's the only place, like work. And if you go out, I work with
a lot of men, but a lot of men in the laboratory, and not a lot of them, but a lot of the men in my laboratory are gay. So I can't even do anything if I wanted to.
Well, there's that on that. So the tip is that there are no rules. We went through all of this for nothing.
Yeah, there are no rules.
We just want to make up our own rules, but there really are none. I mean, if you want, you do what you want to do. You date who you want to date. Do what you want to do.
We're all grown.
We're grown.
I just say,
and be happy. As long as you're happy.
I think
you have open relationships.
Also, keeping in mind when you do acquire a partner, anything that we, brought up or anything that you think of or whatever the case is that makes your partner unhappy, it's all about respect. So that's bottom line. Otherwise, do what you got to do. I mean, shoot, tell her, Vivian.
Yeah, because we're just outsiders looking into things. And that's essentially what everybody is. That's not you and the person that you're dating.
And I will tell you, a lot of these things that we talked about today have been from experience.
Right, which is a good point, because a lot of people give their advice and everything through the lens of their own experience.
Exactly.
And my experience is not your experience.
So while this is law for us, maybe it's not for you.
All right.
Maybe you don't care if they smash your sister. Maybe. Maybe that's your thing. I'm not here to judge. I wouldn't do it. But
yeah, I mean, anything upcoming? We have a few things coming up. We're doing a few collaborations with some people for podcasts. Somebody reached out to us on our Instagram to do like a joint thing. Also, a couple of my friends. We have special guests that we will be bringing on soon. Yay! And a few of, or one of my friends actually wants to record with us soon for her podcast. So we will definitely shout that out when it comes out. And, it's still us talking about
post that one too.
Life. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on how long we're on there. But yeah, we do have guests lined up. We want to do a couple of different things this year. We don't want to just be talking to y'all about our experiences all the time.
And it's not exclusively about relationships. Like, we're going to have some people on and talk about some other stuff too.
It's just general life.
Just life.
Adulting. And how we're all failing at it.
Yeah. We're crashing and burning.
No, we're doing great. We really are. We just be on here talking crap. We really, I mean, aside from like the dating pool having pee in it, life is not that bad for me.
Yeah. Can't complain.
That's right.
I can complain. I won't.
You will not. Not on here.
No.
To your therapist.
Gotta find one, but when I find you, I'm gonna get you. Okay?
All right, y'all. We're out.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Remember, feel free to slide in our DMs with topics or questions you'd like to chat about.
It goes down in that DM.
Hey.
It goes down in that DM.
Hey.
It go down. Sorry. Your support really means a lot to us.
See you next time.
Bye, y'all.